All right, there's a big event, and it's probably it is the biggest fundraiser for the Ottawa Hospital Foundation. It's called Ride the Rideau, and here to talk about this from the Ottawa Hospital Foundation, Ingrid Gingras. Great to have you back on the show. Ingrid worked with us for a long time, as well as Kris Gibbs, who is taking part for the first year as a Ride participant. So I'm going to come to you because I know this really is, on September the 7th, the biggest fundraiser for you guys.
It is. It didn't start out that way. We had, good expectations, but in the first year, in 2010, we had about 315 riders, and they raised $940,000 in one day.
That's impressive. First year event.
First year event. It blew us away, and it became the most successful cancer fundraiser in Eastern Ontario on that day. Last year, we had over 700 riders, and they raised $1.7 million. Again in one day. So it's been incredibly successful, $4.4 million in 3 years. That's not something to shy away from, I guess, gloating about a little bit, because it really is wonderful. And that is thanks to the participants.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you started with just over 300. How many participants are you looking at? And what exactly is the ride? Because it's quite beautiful, but there's some length to it.
There is some length. So we have about 800 riders right now. People are still signing up. We're surprised. We're almost August. We're end of August, and people are still signing up. There's two distances this year. There's 100 kilometers. That's what it's been in the past, the traditional distance. But we added a 50-kilometer option this year because we found a lot of people wanted to take part. They wanted to do something. But 100 kilometers, if you haven't been on a bike in several years, for some people 30 or 40, it seems really daunting. So we've realized that the 50 kilometers, we have a lot of new riders who are signing up for that distance.
Now, the 50 kilometers isn't an easy bike ride either, but at least it's something that you have an end goal, and you can get on and just know I'm going to be on here for a while, and it's going to be great to experience all of this. So you can do the 50 or you can do the 100K, and it's going right from the Ernst & Young Center, and you'll follow your way along the Rideau down to Merrickville.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So 800 plus are going to be doing that. You, however, are going to be doing this incredibly fast. You have 5 different bikes, but you're doing a special thing with one of your bikes to do this race.
Yeah, I'm riding what's called a fixed-geared bike. So basically, it's one speed. I can't coast, and it's a large cog in the front and a really, really small one in the back. So my goal is to do the 100K in less than 3 hours, weather permitting. Hopefully.
Yeah. Right, and you can't change, so there's no you are going to have to pedal that entire time.
The entire time, that's right.
What was the idea for you behind this, and why did you want to do this challenge?
Well, I'd heard of the ride before, and it never really struck me to do it until this spring. My grandfather unfortunately passed away of cancer, and I have a colleague who was really involved with the Ride the Rideau and the Ottawa Hospital Foundation, and he was telling me more about it, and it seemed like a great thing to get involved with. So my thing was that if I can suffer a day on, a really fixed-geared bike, compared to people with cancer that have troubles and suffer every day of their lives to raise funds, it's not a big deal for me to just go out there and do it for a few hours. There's
a wonderful picture of you and your grandfather right there. Was he aware of your passion for cycling, that he'll know that this was a really good mix, a fit for you to do this?
Yeah, he was definitely aware of it. Yeah, he was very supportive of it as well, always curious.
As to what your riding was like.
Yeah, he picked up a few of my bikes a few times and said that they weighed a lot less than the ones he had when he was a kid.
I can imagine that those racing bikes are really, really quite light. So you're looking forward to this, and you're finding sponsors, and you're able to make a full event.
It's going to be fantastic. I've found quite a few sponsors just in the last few days. And it's, if you tell people why you're doing it and the story behind it and the reasons why you're doing it, they're generally very compassionate to want to donate, get involved. And I've even had people that have donated to my cause and then have actually signed up for the ride themselves to take on the ride and the challenge of it.
Well, you'll be setting the pace, I would assume, then, right? You'll be out in front.
Probably oddly enough, you'll be one of the first people to cross the finish line with that one gear.
Absolutely. That's incredible. People can still, as you were mentioning, people can still get involved. So what are you looking at from participants, or people saying, I meant to sign up, I haven't done it, or this sounds like a great event to take part in?
So if they're eager, right, there's still plenty of time. A lot of our fundraisers start raising their funds now. In the last few days before the event. So you pick your distance, 100K or 50K. We support you every single kilometer of the way, and it is a fundraising event, right? So we ask all our participants, just like Kris, to raise $1,500 in order to do the ride. That's why it's been so successful. People commit, they know they've been touched by this disease, And it's a really inspirational day. It's amazing.
I hope there's a lot of cheering going on in Merrickville as people are making it into that finish line.
The mayor of Merrickville actually rides with Mrs. McGarrigle, who the mustard woman, right? Janet Campbell. So she rides. They have a whole team. It really is a community event. You know, it's a disease that we don't shy away from talking about anymore.
No, absolutely not. But when you have the largest fundraiser in Eastern Ontario, you're definitely not going to shy away. So please get involved if you still can. RideTheRideau.ca is the website to be able to check out and hopefully register and be able to get those funds in. The ride once again happening on September the 7th. Best of luck. Hope it's a safe race. Hope it's great weather, because I can't imagine what that's going to be like on the one gear. Absolutely.